Hello everyone and welcome to a bit of a different video today. Today I would like to talk about all the things that I would potentially like to see in iRacing for 2025. Of course, 2025 is just 2 months around the corner now. We're coming to the end of 2024. It's almost here, and also the end of this current iRacing season as well. So in December, we are going to see Season 1 of iRacing 2025, even though it's technically before 2025. But you get the idea. So I thought I'd come up with a video of basically talk about what I would like to see in iRacing in the next 12 months and just some ideas that I've had. And fingers crossed you guys agree as well. And they would actually, if they did come, they would improve the service. Without further ado, let's crack on with the video and let's talk about 7 things, shall we say. 7 things I think that iRacing should introduce in 2025 that will make the surface better. Okay, firstly, one of the things I would actually like to see change in iRacing for next year is a bit of a surprise, really, and probably not high up on people's list, but it's actually a change in the LMP2 class. I would like the Dallara to be replaced by the Orica, and that is basically because nobody else, no other manufacturer uses the Dallara. Everybody in the Orica, I think if you look it up on the Wikipedia for the Endurance Championship or I think it was the 2023 24 Hours or More, there were no other LMP2s apart from the Orica 07. So, bit of a random one and probably not one that's high on people's list really, because at the end of the day, if iRacing do end up bringing that car in, I don't really know how it would benefit them. Because we've already got an LMP2 and it's not high up on people's list, but it's just one of those updates where I think it's just needed because no one really uses it in the real world anymore. And I would personally like to see this car because, you know, it is just the LMP2 class these days. That is the #1 car. They do not use anything else. So it's a bit of a shame that we're using a Dallara when nobody else is currently using it. So for me, personally, I would like to see the LMP2 updated to the Orica, just so it's a bit more modern, really. So it's just like it is in real life, to be honest. And I don't know how much of an issue that might potentially be with licenses and stuff like that. But I just think it would be a decent upgrade, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think it'll be real nice. I mean, we've seen a big update in the GT3s this year, so to have an updated LMP2 and the one that everybody else uses, really, that'll be pretty mega, to be honest. And the LMP2 hasn't been changed in quite some time now, since, well, it's not been changed since it came out, really. So yeah, it'll be nice. I don't think we need 2 classes as such. I think it should just be LMP2 and the Orica 07. The Dallara, I think maybe just I wouldn't get rid of it completely off the service. No, I wouldn't do that at all. But I wouldn't have it in official races. I would just I would just have the Orica, to be honest with you, and just go from there. Because I think, like I said, more up-to-date cars. What's not to like? But they did introduce it. Don't know how popular it would be. I don't know how many people would really ask for it or want to buy it in the first place when the Dallara pretty much does the same job. But yeah, personally, I drive the LMP2 a lot, and I would like to see this updated. Okay, next up on my list is something that I've mentioned before a few times on the stream, actually, and that is an endurance series that involves the LMP3. Right now, the LMP3 really is only involved in 2 series, I believe, that I can think off the top of my head, which is the LMP3 Fixed and the Falcon Sports Car Tyre Challenge, blah, 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 which is a 30-minute multi-class race. And I love the LMP3. I think it's a fantastic car, but it's never involved in any sort of endurance racing apart from the Raw before the 24, I believe. So it's a great car, and I'd love to be able to use it in endurance races, but right now it's not involved in anything. And I think if it was involved in something, if there was a series for it, I do think it would be rather popular. If there was like a Falcon Sports Car Challenge endurance series, that would be pretty damn awesome. Now, I know there's already an endurance series with GT4 cars and TCRs, but yeah, I'd love to see it. I think the LMP3 is a cracking car, and I'd love to see it in an endurance series. As simple as that. Yeah, and I'd love to see that in 2025, but who knows? Fingers crossed. We'll see. Okay, coming in at number 3 on the list is the Aston Martin GT3 car. Now, we know iRacing has really worked hard, especially this year, at updating the IMSA GT3 cars. We've had a lot of new cars this year and some updated ones, which have been really, really good. And it was desperately needed because we were still running around with a 12-year-old McLaren, can you believe it or not, for 12 years, essentially. So, yeah, desperately needed updating, and they did that. And now, fingers crossed, with a little bit of luck, we should get the Aston Martin. I know there'll be shouts for the Lexus as well on there, maybe the Honda NSX. But for me, personally, as long as they can keep it as up-to-date as IMSA, as close as they can. I know, you can't do it immediately, but, it would be nice. I think there's a new BMW M4 GT3 coming as well. So, updated Aston Martin. But basically, just try and keep the GT3s as updated as you can, really, because it was sorely missed last year, and the fact they've updated it now is really, really good. But I hope they keep it coming because GT3s are absolutely huge on this service. So that's on my list for number 3, the Aston Martin GT3 car, / kinda just trying to keep all the IMSA cars as updated as possible. Okay, number 4 on the list, which again absolutely kind of shocks and surprises me that we don't have it at the moment on iRacing, and that's flat spots on tyres. It's just not a thing. It's just not a thing. I've never ever experienced it, and I think getting flat spots would really change the game. And when you have a bad lockup and stuff like that, and the tyre is completely ruined, and the wheel is shaking, and certain corners don't feel right, and I don't know. I just think it would add to the experience. It is a simulator after all, and flat spots are a huge thing in real life racing. So the fact we don't really have it yet is a bit of a shame. So I would like something worked in there with flat spots. I really do think we're missing something here without having flat spots. So yeah, number 4 on my list is not something I've really thought about too much, but really when you sit down and think about it, to not have flat spots is a bit of a strange one. It really, really is. To be a simulator without flat spots for tyres is odd. It's really, really odd. So hopefully iRacing can sort something because, yeah, I think it's highly missed, really. And especially in things like the Porsche Cup, I think it's desperately needed rather than just, putting it down to... I think they just, at the moment, I think the way it works is it just increases your tyre wear rather than just adding a flat spot. So, yeah, I think flat spots for 2025 would be absolutely mega. All right, number 5 on the list is, again, a bit of an odd one, but pit stop animations. I absolutely love doing NASCAR and getting the pit stop animations. They look absolutely fantastic. I love the noise of the wheel guns. I love the noise of the tyres going on and off again. I think it is such an awesome feature that NASCAR has on iRacing at the moment. I would absolutely love some sort of pit stop animation to be added to like GT3s, GT4s, LMP2s, GTPs, whatever. That would be absolutely awesome. I would absolutely love to see that. That would be just one of those quality of life upgrades, but I just think it looked great. Really, really good. And I'm always jealous of people that do NASCAR and do the pit stop animation because they just do look fantastic. And it's something I would absolutely love to see in, for classes like GT3, for example, LMP2, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'd love to see that in 2025. Will it happen? Probably not, but worth asking, right? Okay, coming in at number 6, which I think could be possible and I think would absolutely transform the way that we do pit stops on iRacing at the moment. And that is to be able to see what damage is on the car in certain areas and how long those things take to repair, and then choosing what we would like to be repaired first, if that makes any sense. We've all been there where we've been in a crash or whatnot, and we go into the pits and we've either got damage on the left side, the right side, the front, the rear bumper, whatever. I would love it where you can actually pick an area of the car the mechanics prioritize to fix first. I would absolutely love that. I think it'll be an absolute game changer. I do think it's possible. I don't know how they're going to implement it, but I do think it's something that they could potentially do. And I think that'd be really, really handy and just help, I suppose, keep people in the lobbies, in the races, because a lot of time when people get damaged, they'll just pull over and quit or go into the pits. And I think if people know that they could just get a certain area fixed and it'll only take 45 seconds or so and they won't lose a lap, it might help keep people in the lobbies. And I think just seeing what parts of the car are damaged and how long they would take to be repaired would be awesome. Instead of just having it all in one, that would be pretty damn awesome indeed. So that's my idea for number 6. I think it's a cool one. It's probably my favorite thing on the list, if I'm being honest. I would love, love, love to see that. Okay, and coming in at number 7, but in no way less important than the others, is actually another 24-hour race. Since we lost Lemons, or Le Mans, to the company that shall not be named, I don't know, it's kind of left just a black hole, hasn't it? There's just nothing for more than half the year. There's just not a 24-hour race. There just seems to be like this massive gap now, doesn't there? Just doesn't feel right. And yeah, it's just such a large gap between the 24 hours in like April and May to Daytona in January. It's just crazy now. So yeah, I would like to see something there. I don't know what it could be though, because all the 24-hour races are based off real life events. So I don't know. I know that you got the Creventic 24 hours, but we do a 12-hour version of that on iRacing already. So I don't know. I just think a 24-hour race nearer the end of the year would be pretty sick. Be pretty cool. And there's just a massive gap. There's just just a massive hole really, where there just isn't a long enough race. Because for me personally, 24-hour races are the bread and butter of iRacing. That's the thing I absolutely love doing. I can't speak for you all, but 24-hour races are just one of the highlights. And you have to Spa 24-hour in July, and then it's just nothing for like 6 months. It's just, you got half the year of 24-hour races, and then it's just nothing. It's just, I don't know. It just seems crazy to me, but I mean, what can you do? I mean, if there's not another real-life 24-hour race, what can you do? Unless they put in a virtual one. But again, how important, or how popular, I should say, would that be? I don't know. I really, really don't know. But anyways, to me, it just feels like there's a big void there that needs to be filled, especially with Lemon's 24-hour gone as well. So yeah. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the list. If you've got any other recommendations, please let me know in the comments, and then maybe I could do a part 2 of this video. But if you enjoyed it, hit the old like button, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you for the next one. Take care.